Jacob, his wives, children, and all their servants and flocks set out from Haran, heading toward the land of Canaan. The journey was long, and Jacob carefully led his household, mindful of the wealth and blessings God had granted him during his years of service to Laban. He remembered the Lord's promise, "Return to the land of your fathers, and I will be with you." Every step forward was a step of faith, guided by God's unseen hand. Rachel and Leah walked alongside Jacob, their children playing and tending the flocks. The caravan grew steadily, camels, sheep, and goats moving in ordered lines, reflecting the prosperity God had granted them. Yet tension lingered in the household. Rachel still held her father's household gods, and the secret weighed heavily upon her. Jacob, unaware at first, moved forward with a mix of joy and caution, knowing that returning home meant confronting past conflicts, particularly with his brother Esau. When Laban learned that Jacob had departed, he gathered his men and pursued him. After 7 days, he caught up in the hill country of Gilead. Seeing Laban approaching, Jacob divided his household into 2 groups, fearing attack. He prayed silently, trusting the God who had blessed him, and prepared to negotiate if conflict arose. Yet God appeared to Laban in a dream, warning him not to harm Jacob. When they finally met, tension filled the air. Laban accused Jacob of fleeing secretly and stealing his household gods. Jacob, unaware of Rachel's theft, responded with a mixture of explanation and restraint. "With all my strength and the Lord's help, I have served you faithfully. You yourself know how I have labored. Any wealth I possess is by God's blessing." Laban searched through the tents but did not find the gods, for Rachel had cleverly hidden them. The confrontation ended with words and oath-making rather than violence. Laban proposed a covenant, setting up a heap of stones as a witness between them, and they swore an oath of peace. Afterward, Laban departed, leaving Jacob free to continue his journey home. Jacob continued toward Canaan, yet his heart was heavy with the thought of Esau. Years had passed since their last encounter, and fear mixed with anticipation. Jacob prepared gifts to present to his brother, sending them ahead in hopes of softening Esau's heart. He divided his flocks and servants into groups, planning carefully for every eventuality, knowing that God's guidance and protection were crucial. As the land of Canaan drew near, memories of Bethel and the promises of God filled Jacob's mind. He built altars along the way, worshiping and acknowledging the Lord's faithfulness in every trial, in every blessing. At night, Jacob prayed again, seeking reassurance from God. "Deliver me from the hand of my brother, and from all those who may oppose me. You have been my shield and my very great reward." The Lord reminded him of his covenant, of the descendants and the land promised to Abraham and Isaac, and Jacob found courage. The caravan pressed forward, and the first signs of familiar hills and towns appeared. The children played, and the flocks grazed peacefully. Yet Jacob knew the final test lay ahead, meeting Esau, the brother from whom he had fled, the brother whose blessing he had once taken. As the sun set, Jacob saw the land he had longed for, the land of his fathers, Canaan, stretching before him. He set up another altar and offered sacrifices to the Lord, giving thanks for every trial, every blessing, every step that had brought him to this moment. The family rested nearby, but in Jacob's heart, the anticipation of reunion and confrontation with Esau stirred. How would the past be reconciled? Would God's promises continue to unfold despite fear and estrangement? Jacob's journey had brought him full circle, from a young man fleeing his brother to a household leader guided by God. Yet the story was not complete. Ahead lay the pivotal encounter with Esau, the reconciling of brothers, and the continuation of the covenant line through Jacob's family. The stage was set, the players ready, and the God of Abraham's descendants continued to work his plan through a life of faith, trials, and divine purpose.